Hello guys, Nascar Maniac 2009 here. Today, I'm gonna try to show y'all how I make my tracks. And yeah, my stop motion tracks. So, first of all, I'm gonna take my handy dandy pencil and map out the track I'm going to make. So first of all, we're gonna do that. Not exactly sure what track I'm making yet. I'm gonna have to think about that. But I believe I'm going to make San Francisco Speedway. This is where we are gonna hold the All-Star race for the NMCS, Nascar Maniac Cup Series. So yeah, gotta make that track because I don't have the All-Star race. Nobody's gonna become a millionaire, and that's sad. So yeah, gotta have an All-Star race, and we're gonna make the track for it. And I'll be back when the track is finished, at least the pencil outlines. Alrighty, so now that I have the outside walls of the track pretty much all mapped out with pencil, I'm going to take some die-cast cars to measure where I want the inside walls and pit walls to be. Now this usually takes me a while because sometimes when I make like road courses like the Roval, it can take me 70 to 80 die-casts. So just be prepared. And I'll be back when I'm done with the inside walls outline. And before I continue, my tracks are made on cardboard. And I will not be putting walls on in this video because my walls are currently being occupied for this race over here. So yeah, I will not be applying walls to this track, unfortunately. So I'll be back when the inside walls are done, probably. Alrighty, so now that I've got some die casts all around the track, I kind of start mapping out, where my inside walls are gonna be. So, like over here, you're gonna see, got 1, 2, 3 cars, and then a little gap, and then 1, 2. This is the track, and this is pit lane, so I might, make a little mark in between those two, so I kind of know where to put the pit wall. So just keep in mind the pit wall is important too, if it's a track with no grass, which most of mine have no grass, to be honest. And then over here, so you're gonna see, this is the track, going through the corners, all these cars. These two are coming onto pit lane, so I also have to make a wall starting somewhere, kind of going through the corners, that will then connect into this line. And usually I don't get it even the first time. That's why I do mine on cardboard, not like hardwood or, stuff like that, so I can easily erase it. Because most of the time, humans aren't perfect, so I'm gonna screw up and probably get the measurement of the wall wrong, like I just did. But look, fixed. So now I had this dandy pit wall. So when they come on the pit road, they just swoop under that wall. So just keep in mind the pit wall. I usually forget the pit wall, and I'm like, oh geez, I gotta go back and add the pit wall and stuff. Always gets me. Alright, so now that you have kind of your pit wall mapped out, as you see I have now, you need pit road, obviously. So now that I have the outside wall of pit road mapped out, you're obviously going to need an inside pit wall, and that's, what allows you into the garage and stuff. So I usually try to aim for as many pit stalls as I can squeeze in, but then I also need an opening for a garage that I can kind of put through. So you see I got a little extra space here, so I might put a little pace car, and then I'll probably put a little garage gap. So I've got 4 pit stalls here. So what I'll do is I'll try to make sure that cars can't too wide, or cars can get past the pit stall, like have enough room, like right here, coming through in here. So just make sure that you have enough room before the first pit stall starts. Because if, the first pit stall is back here, cars can't get in pit road. So keep that in mind. You got to have space for cars to get in and out of pit road as well. So what I'll do is I'll do the wall that goes back here. And that's just the way I like to do things. It's just the way I feel comfortable doing it. So that's the way I do it. So I'll just draw a line. Just simple line. And I'll probably screw up. So I'll just erase little pencil marks that don't need to be there. But then here comes the hard part, because I kind of have to space the cars out so I can kind of, squeeze in the lines. So there's the first line. And then behind that, we have this line. I'll move Newman up. We got that line. We got this one. So I'll make that line. And then, gotta make sure there's enough room. That's measured perfectly. It is, I can squeeze a line in there and make a pit stall there. So, yeah, so that's basically how I do my pit roads. So then, I don't think I'll have room for a pace car. So here I'll just make a little opening. And how I do that usually is I'll just take one car, just put it like that. Make sure it's, big enough for a car length. And it is, so I'll just add a little spot there. Make it one wide coming off it, make it a little interesting when they're two wide coming on. Or two wide through here. Well, no, never mind. I guess they won't be too wide because the pit stalls are here, but, so they'll come out through here. And yeah, it's pretty much how I do that. And this line's not really good. I have to make it a little sharper. Turn. That should be good enough. So then, here, you just draw this line around. It's the inside wall. And then you get to the entrance of pit road. So you're just going to kind of turn it like this. Just turn it. And then where the first pit stall starts, that's going to be where the pit wall is. So you just connect it to that. So that's how I do my pit roads. And this pit road actually turned out pretty good, probably because I'm doing my best, because I'm filming. But, so yeah, that's pretty much the hard stuff that's done now. But now what we gotta do is also pretty important. Extra little details. Like lines, if you want to add lines. I'm not going to this track. But, obviously, we have to have the finish line. Where the burnouts go. Yeah, We obviously gonna have this. The finish line. And usually how I do this is I just draw a rectangle, split it down the middle, and I'll just divide it into parts, and I'll color it in after all the rest of the stuff is done. Now something else you have to add is victory lane in the infield. You also have to add that. Now I'll usually add it, just kind of back here in this back corner, and that's where I'm going to add it now probably. So I'll just take a car, and that looks pretty good as a victory lane, I'd say. So I'll just draw a line, and that'll be victory lane right there. And I'll usually draw, a checkered flag. I'm not going to probably this time. I might just draw a checkered flag, cut it out, and just tape it down, because I don't feel like drawing right now. But yeah. So that's pretty much how I make my tracks. And then I'll clear all this off. But then, if you add grass, you gotta add grass where you're gonna add the grass. The pit lines. Now this is where markers come into play. So I'm gonna go get myself some markers. I'll be right back. Now also, if you wanted to add rumble strips, you could. You just need, whatever color rumble strips you're gonna have. I'm gonna use red, because turn 1 over here is gonna be a rumble strip. So on the inside, so Let me go grab a red marker real quick. So basically what I do for rumble strips is I don't add any texture. I just add the color. And I'll just make a little lump, just like that. And I'll just color in a couple spots red, a couple spots I'll leave plain. And yeah. And turn one's actually going to be a rumble strip. I'm not just adding that to show y'all. And yeah, so that's how I add my rumble strips. And yeah, just wanted to show that to you as well. I think that's a good tip. And yeah, so usually the markers you need are yellow, and that's how you do the pit lines, and black. And that is how, you color in the finish line and, all that. And that's probably how you're going to do lines. So, first of all, the pit lines. Pit entrance. This is where you are required to be slow. Like, slow down to pit speed. Well, I'll make it right about there. That looks pretty accurate. And my yellow, you'll notice, it usually doesn't look like yellow at first. But trust me, it'll turn yellow after a few minutes. So, don't worry about it. I'll make it right here. Now, you also have the yellow line. So, just at the end of this wall, I'll just make a little yellow line, just a long yellow line that connects to this wall. And that's how I do my yellow lines. If it's a double, which this track is going to be double, I'll just do this. Now, some people like to make their yellow lines go around to the front stretch. I don't usually do that. I only do it if, I'm making a track in real life. And the track actually has that in real life. But I'm not going to on this custom track. And I'd say it looks pretty good so far. Now, obviously you gotta do this, the start-finish line. And because this won't be covered up by a wall, eventually, I'm going to color it black. I would color all the other stuff black if it's not getting covered by a wall. But, so yeah, and then I'll just color these in. And sometimes I'll take white out and just white out the white squares. This track I'm probably not going to. But, yeah. And my tracks they're easy. They're cheap. I use the walls I use. Some are cardboard, but when I use cardboard, they look pretty bad. That's what I learned from doing some of my first tracks. I'm trying to get my hands on some weather stripping or the stuff that Goodyear Cup Series uses. I'm trying to get my hands on some of those, but I just can't right now. I can't find them, and my dad doesn't want to take me to Home Depot, so yeah, so I can't really go anywhere to get them right now, but I will get some hopefully soon. And when lines smear like it just did, just make the line a little thicker, and it usually looks better. See where it smeared over here, and you could just take a brown marker and cover it up. But yeah, so I'd say this track turned out pretty good. But yeah, so currently what I use for walls are these little train tracks over here. I just connect them together and then tape them down every here and then. So, yeah. That's what I use for my walls currently. And then over here is where I keep all my tracks. See, I have a track with cardboard walls, but it doesn't really look that good. So yeah, but this is pretty much some tips, some basics on how to make a stop motion track out of cardboard. Like I said, I'm not applying walls in this one. But I will definitely show you how I apply walls at some point. NASCAR Heat 4 video coming tomorrow or Thursday, maybe Friday. So be on the lookout for that. And it's not confirmed yet that I'm going to Texas Motor Speedway, but I believe I am. So a vlog will be coming from that if I do go. I believe I'm going Cup race. I don't think I'm going to the infield, unfortunately, because it's too expensive this year. But hopefully November. I know I said I was at one point, but plans changed, so yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.